Krista, Kilburn-Steveskey. Coach, you can just start with the statement.
I mean, obviously, you see Delaware's one of the top team in our conference. They had very composed, and big kids hit some shots for them, outside of Del Don tonight. So it was a tough battle.
Coach, you're up 2 with 3 minutes to go in the first half, and hit 5 field goals from there. What happened?
I believe even when it was 8-2, there were some times we weren't sure we were up 8-2, and I felt like, we generally know that Del Don's she's going to be the one that's going to take over under that time. We were playing a little bit of different types of defense, and Tremaine was the big hitter. I mean, we were giving some of that up, because if you go back statistically and you look under that last media in Del Don's career, while she's been, she usually like 8 shots in a row, 8 points in a row, and so we had been preparing all week to just try to not get hit by that wave. So, we just did, I thought we played a very good first half as the second half that we just really stepped on our own foot.
Shante, how much different is it just playing a team like Delaware, 18th nationally ranked, compared to some of the other teams in the conference?
I mean, they have Del Don. I mean, that's the really big difference. She's a big presence on the court. You do have to worry where she is on the court. But, they're a really good team. A really good team.
Candace, does it get frustrating defensively when you're theoretically slowing down Del Don and someone like Jermaine Lucas takes over?
Yeah, it gets frustrating, but what can you do? Sorry.
Well, I mean, she's had the draw. I'll speak for a little bit right now, because I know she's upset. She's had the draw ever since she's been here, and I'd like to have anyone have the draw on that. It's not very easy. So I've been just proud of her. That I kept saying big picture to them in timeouts, because I'm like, okay, look at Tremaine's up with 13 points though. But those 11 she had in the first half, came at brutal times. But I kept trying to talk about big picture. If we could still keep playing some of the junk defense and let other people take shots, maybe we could win. Maybe we could win the war. Maybe we could win, the war at the end. So, but I'm proud of how Candace defends her, and have just been proud, and so much better how she's grown. Because it's a tough draw. In her early days, she hits a couple big time threes at half court on her, your face. And I'm just like, she's just grown and really has been able to handle it.
Candace, how tough is it though? I mean, you played a pretty good job defensively on her, and she's still hitting shots. I mean,
it's as tough as it looks. Like, she's this tall. Like, my wingspan and her wingspan don't compare. So the best way is to try to limit her touches, and then when she gets, you can't touch her because they'll call the foul. You just got to move your feet and do the best you can, and hopefully she misses it and you get the rebound.
Candace, playing against a team like this, just what does it do moving forward, being able to take, experiences like this?
I mean, playing against a top 25 team shows you got to compete. I think it's good going into our next game. If we compete like we're playing Delaware every game, then we'll come out with a victory.
Coach, why do you think your backcourt had so much trouble now? You look at Dre, Annie, trouble from the field. Why were they shut down?
Every big game, you guys have kind of seen this, and we kind of know this. There's days where I feel like, obviously, Shante still isn't giving the ball enough. We're turning it over. But then there's been stat sheets you've seen where they've taken 12 and 14 shots, and then tonight they needed to take a couple of those shots outside that perimeter early. And we were, it was one reference I gave to one of my players. I was like, you're driving in, and she's the Brittany Griner inside. You keep driving in, and I said it to her like I don't know how many times. So it's like, the decisions that we were making just were poor. We had 11 turnovers at halftime, but really the brutal part of that came in the second half. So it was almost like we're afraid to take that shot, with a little bit of youth in the perimeter game there. That's my guess. Because it's been different. If you go back and look, it's like, okay, you're taking too many shots, now you're not taking any shots. Where's the consistency?
Coach, the last 3-4 minutes, you had 5 freshmen out on the floor. What did we see from them in the last couple?
Yeah, they need to have that experience. I always talk about this. I always talk about the games when I was playing for KDL, when we were playing Tennessee back in the day, and playing Louisiana Tech, and being out there, and I was thrown out there as a freshman all the time, when it might be down by 20, and I remember the lessons that, were needed to be taught, and and so I've just, anytime we've been in this type of battle with them, I've definitely given them an opportunity because you need to have that type of experience. It's not to where we want to be. We didn't start the second half very well. We missed a lot of shots. The next play mentality is something that the seniors have been relaying to the underclassmen, and you saw that in the second half. We had some point-blank layups, a couple things that just knocked the winds out of our sail. And, the only adjustment that I feel like Delaware made in the second half was not play number 10, because we had, obviously, our game plan going against that. And I thought AO did a great job clogging the lane with that. And so that was their adjustment, and we really kind of stepped on our own foot and missed gimmies that, can't be body blows, that we have to have a next play. I saw Tay screaming and trying to pull them together and saying, let's go. And, we have to have this next play mentality because if not, we just can't get out of our own headspace with that.
Krista, was there anything they did differently? I mean, you went 11 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah.
Was it just missed shots, or it seemed like they were playing a zone? It wasn't like they were special stuff?
No, because they played a zone in the beginning of the game, and they played us man because we did a great job against the zone. We were sharing the ball. We were shocked that they went man, and then we crushed them on a couple plays for Bondi and Tay against the man, and we did some good things against the man. But we just kind of came out stumbling. If you go back and recall, we were stumbling even as we were coming across the half court, and just not, just really. I mean, they probably stepped up a little more pressure. They tried to contain and keep us out of the slots, but we were really, making some mistakes on our own here, and then missing those shots. AO, who's one of our top kids that really gets some big shots for us. There's a little bit of some blows there, and the point blank layup missed by Adriano was at a tough spot there. That's what made it.
How do you stop the bleeding heading into Sunday?
Well, I think Bond just answered it. We got to play each game like it was Delaware, and we'll take care of business on Sunday. So, that's the biggest. You're playing ODU at ODU. We didn't compete, for 40 minutes against them, and we have to compete for 40 minutes against Wilmington here on Sunday.
Candace and Shante, you both can address this. Obviously, it's senior day for both of you on Sunday, but with this 4-game losing streak, it's also a huge game for you to right the ship heading into postseason play. Can you talk about the magnitude of Sunday's game and to get a win in the win column and really bounce back heading into the postseason?
I mean, we have 2 more games left until we go into the tournament, so these next 2 games are very important. But focusing on our next game definitely is very important, especially breaking a streak and going against a UNCW who's looking to get a win against us after we beat them. So it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be easy, but we need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, we have tools. I mean, like Coach said, like, second half is just, we just came out flat. We just stopped doing what we did in the first half, which really hurt us. But, we have the tools to win the rest of this season.
Yeah, I mean, these next 2 games, we got to come out and play Hofstra basketball. I think it's important for our confidence to get these 2 wins and then just lead us into the conference play so we can be at our best.
Is Sunday going to be emotional?
I'm going to try not to be emotional, but I mean, 4 years with these 2 great people and 2 years with Devin, I think, and the whole team, yeah. So most likely it will be, but I'm going to try to keep the tears to normal.
Until after
the game.
Shante, you said before that they have Delaware. I mean, you may see him again in the conference tournament finals, or things break earlier than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you played her a lot. Now, what is it like playing against one of the top players in women's basketball and seeing? I mean, what do you have an appreciation for her? Obviously, you only see her twice a year, and you're a competitor, but just seeing her, and you know her history, I'm sure. Just what it's like seeing her and what she's meant to this conference.
I mean, I have a lot of appreciation for her. To me, I think she's the best player in the country, to anyone in the country. Because, she has, like, her shot is ridiculous, as everyone's seen, It's either 50-50, literally, 50-50 on all her shots. But it's a lot of respect for her. She works hard at what she does. She loves this game. She's a phenomenal player, so I have a lot of respect for her.
It is a different element to play with somebody that smooth and that type of control and just accuracy. It's pretty amazing to go against that. I don't think in my career where even with some great players that back in the way day, you can compare to what it is about trying to defend her. So it's pretty amazing.
And Coach, you threw the kitchen sink at her basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to think 2 or 3 on her at some point.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was proud
she
of
didn't
her
look,
first
she didn't look
half.
phased at all.
No.
I mean, all the times she played them, it's tough
Yeah.
to get her.
Yeah, I was really pleased with our jump defense today in the first half. I mean, you know, you just they're so much better collectively than they were, I'd say, sophomore year deadline sophomore year when we beat them here because of their supporting cast. You know, and you just try to have some trickery, and then she put in the right folks. You know, when you're trying to play a lot of jump defense, and took out some of the ones that really kind of play into what we're trying to do. So. Yeah, she's not phased. I mean, you know, her rise. I think Bond does a great job. Huh? Yeah. You know, and it's hard how, you know, you're trying to defend her to deny her the ball, and that's the subjectiveness of when you're really trying to defend her, you know, so she doesn't cast the ball. Not as easy as it seems. Not as easy as it seems.
Take one more question.
I'm real proud of both these guys, though, so I just want to throw that out there to make sure. I know they've led the way this year with these guys, so very proud of my 2 seniors. Yeah, tough. Thanks, guys. Appreciate